Hey, this is Matt Cox, and I'm going to be doing an interview real quick with Cristina. And Cristina has a YouTube channel in Tampa, Florida. Well, in Florida, Tampa,
Yes, Tampa,
Central Tampa,
yeah.
whatever. All right. So, and we're gonna hear about Cristina. Okay. So, so you don't have a crime story?
I do not. No, unfortunately, I haven't been arrested or anything like that.
Well,
not yet.
There's time. There's time.
You never know.
So, so tell me about yourself. So you were born in Tampa, or?
No, so in New Jersey, but I don't really associate myself with New Jersey. I'm very much a Florida girl,
Right.
very much a beach person. I love that kind of lifestyle. But I was born in New Jersey, came here when I was like 1, had the classic middle class family, like with parents that made sufficient money. Then the classic divorce happened, like most of America, right? And because of the divorce, my parents kind of lost a lot of their money. So then I would say I grew up kind of poor in a way. Then parents got remarried, and then I saw the other side of it. So I think I've seen like middle class, broke, and then kind of rich on the rich side. And then went to school, high school, college for exercise physiology at FSU, which I saw you had a Gators mat.
Yeah. That's my girlfriend.
Unacceptable.
Because I went to USF. I graduated from USF.
Okay. I'm a big Knowles fan. But did exercise physiology, and now I'm just kind of in my gap year, kind of doing side hustles, doing everything I can to kind of just make it.
Right. But you work as a
medical assistant. I did go for pre-med. My plan is PA school. So do you know what a PA is?
No.
It's kind of like between a doctor and a nurse.
Oh yeah. No. And basically we know what. In prison, the prisons call the PAs doctor.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah, they're not
PAs.
doctors, but you do everything a doctor does. So, like,
Right.
I'd be coming in and listening to your heart, everything like that, prescribing. But I'm kind of pre-med, but I haven't gone towards PA school because I just decided I wanted a few years to, like, follow couch flipping and drop shipping and real estate and do all those things before I commit to graduate school because it's expensive.
Right.
So
I mean, is that like your plan, or are you hoping like if your YouTube channel blew up?
I would definitely do YouTube.
Yeah. It's more fun.
Oh, for sure. I have so much more fun. And I am not a traditional lifestyle type of person. Like, I would definitely live in a van and go around the United States or something like that. But so that's like the backup plan, I want to say, PA school.
Right.
Because you make money. So.
Right. The couch flipping one, that's the video that Tyler, my booking agent, he sent me. He's like, bro, he's like, this girl is in Tampa. Mm-hmm. Sorry. How old are you?
22.
Okay. This woman, I'll say woman, right?
Either
I want to
one.
say chick, to be honest. That's really so.
I'll take anything. I don't care.
Okay, so her name is Cristina. She's in Tampa. She's got a YouTube channel, and so he sent me the video, and I don't know if Tyler sent it because I had been on Ryan Pineda,
right?
But as soon as you said couch flipping, that's the first person I thought of was Ryan Pineda.
Yeah, because he's basically the one that coined that term, right?
And then you tried it for 30 days?
So I tried it, for like a period of time. I think I did 7 couches, and I picked them all in one day. But the reason I did that is because you see online on YouTube, Ryan Pineda even making $40,000 every 3 months, making $100,000 a year, and that obviously is very appealing to most people.
Right.
And I feel like on YouTube, you only see successful people doing finance stuff. You don't really see a lot of the people that try and fail.
Right.
And so I wanted to try it just because it seemed like an easy way to make money. And so I did it for 7 couches, only ended up making like $300. It did not go as planned.
Well, was that $300 in a day?
No.
Throughout the whole month, hustling it?
So throughout all the couches. It took a while to sell them all, and I still even have one of them. So it's not as easy as people would say.
Well, and I saw that you were I saw that you were. It wasn't like you put them on one play. You didn't put them like offer up. Like you had them on like Facebook, offer up, like all these different platforms.
Yeah, I'm super anal about when I do a business. I want to do it right. So I did
I saw the photos and everything.
Yeah.
You were taking the photos from a good angle and everything.
I did good lighting and everything. I posted them on Facebook Market, OfferUp, Craigslist, eBay. Yeah, so all of those places, and they still would not sell. But I also think I got a little excited. I jumped the gun a little bit, because I saw the money. You're gonna make $40,000, so I kind of just bought any couch that I could. But even Ryan Pineda says you should get sectionals, neutral colors, things like that. So I am gonna try it again, following all the correct advice. because I do think partially it was my fault, but I do think it's a little overhyped how easy it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
listen, I would teach the real estate class, right? Like in prison. And I would teach it, and I always told these guys, like, listen, man, it sounds good. Like, I bought this house for $50,000 and I put $20,000 in it and I sold it for $100,000 and, I made $30,000. So, whoa. Like, trust me, I've done 100 houses, and I can tell you right now, none of those houses went that easy.
Yeah.
And it's agony. And by the time you're done, you're almost every time I've finished buying a house, fixing it up, and flipping it, like almost every single one, right afterwards I thought, I'm done.
Right.
I'm not
It's a lot of work.
doing it again. Did you make 15 grand? Yeah, but it was 4 months. It was hell. Your air conditioner got stolen. The stress that you're under is just outrageous. People are stealing from you. People are falling off of roofs. Kids are knocking out windows. They're in a crappy neighborhood. Your tools are getting stolen. I mean, by the time you're done, like, the stress is so overwhelming, and you're like, what did I really make? Like, I could put this energy into something else. But the problem is then a month goes by, 2 months goes by, and you see another house, and you're like,
that's another 15 grand right there.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
The problem is I messed up. I didn't do this. Next time, every time it was, I'm going to do this. Or the problem was I wasn't doing enough houses. So now I'm buying 5 houses.
Right. Well, and that's what I think, like I said earlier, people on YouTube like to sell the dream. You're not going to click on a video that says, I made $200 a month, because you don't want 200. You want 200,000, you know? So they try and make it seem easier because that's going to get clicks, that's going to get likes. But I think watching someone like me that's kind of at the beginning of, like, my finance journey in a way is helpful to people, because they'll see a realistic version of what it's actually like to build a YouTube channel or couch flip.
Hey, this is Matt Cox, and do me a favor and join my Patreon account. I have multiple tiers, and in one of those tiers, you get full-length access. Motherfucker. You get early access to all of the full-length interviews that I do, and in some of the other tiers, you actually get a unique painting every single month that you can put on your wall and whatever. So join the Patreon team thing, whatever. Thank you. And you went through it piece by piece.
Yeah.
Like, you went through it more detailed than he did. Even where you were keeping the couches, like, in your garage, and you're like, and I'm lucky because I don't have to pay for storage. Like, there's all those other things, like storage isn't cheap.
Yeah.
A storage unit's $200-300 a month for a storage unit, the size of a 1-car garage. It's like $200 some odd dollars for. That's ridiculous.
And it eats into your profits too. And then the same thing with having a truck. I don't own a truck, and everyone on YouTube says you don't need a truck, you don't need one. But that ate like $300 of my profits. I could have made $600, but renting a truck to deliver and to get the couches eats into your profits, and no one says that. They just say you can do it, you'll make tons of money. But realistically, I don't think you can without a truck.
Well, so you in the end your profit was $300?
Yeah.
So you brought in several $1,000s, but
not several thousand, yeah. But it was like 900 or something. But then the rest went to gas, the U-Haul, the Home Depot truck, the tools, everything like that. So after everything, I only made $300, which is nothing in the span of 3 months, you know? So I am going to try again and buy a truck. I think you really do need a truck if you're going to try it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's even painting. Like, I used to paint paintings that were 4 foot by 5 foot. No, 4 foot by. Yeah, 4 foot by 5. Like, I don't do that anymore because when I changed vehicles, my new Jeep is just a little bit smaller, and now I can't fit a 5 foot canvas or 4 foot wide canvas in the back. So now, boom, went down to 3.
Right.
And it's
the little things that no one thinks about. They're like, you can do it, but you need a truck and a storage unit and someone to help you lift and everything like that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it till I came out with 4 foot by 5 foot canvases out of the art supply place and tried to stick it in the back
you're like,
of the vehicle. I was like, whoa, like this just changed some stuff.
Yeah.
The other thing I saw was the other video I saw that you did, and I've seen a few of them, but the one was the ex-boyfriend one, and and that's the same what Tyler also came back. He's like, bro, you got to listen. Like, you have to watch this video. Like, this is insanity what this guy went through. Well, what you went through. I mean, you're seeing it from his perspective. I'm seeing it from the guy's perspective, is thinking, how insane do you have to be to do all the things that he did and make up all the lies that he made up just to try and stay. I mean, I'm assuming, to stay with you, right? Like he was hoping to get back with you.
Yeah, I think it was a way to like manipulate me to staying with him, which obviously I don't think anyone would think would work, right? Like you're going to lie and do all these things and you don't think it's going to come out eventually, and cause a problem in your relationship. And at that point, it had already been breaking down anyways. But I think it was like the desperate last straw that he tried to keep me in a way.
Which was basically the last straw was basically he basically faked a suicide, that he had tried to commit suicide and ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, so he basically lied to me. He told me that he shot himself multiple times, pretended he was in the hospital. At some point, even pretending that he lost his memory, so that he had amnesia. And he like called me, "Who are you? Who is this?" He would do the whole thing where he would talk to me and stutter because his brain was messed up, He went really far in the pretending aspect of things just to like months later give me a text and be like, "I just want to be honest, all of it was a lie. The suicides, the hospitalizations, the amnesia, all of it."
But he actually had someone else contact you as like a friend of his contacting you. Like, I mean, it wasn't like he had created alternative people to make it more believable.
Yeah, so he even at some point went on his friend's phone when he wasn't looking and sent me a text, "Hey, he's in the hospital, he's not doing well," just so that I would freak out. And I called him like 15 times. He blocked me on his friend's phone, obviously, so that his friend didn't know. But when it started, like, get his friends involved, everybody involved, and I was just the idiot, honestly believing everything, because who thinks you're going to lie about something like that,
It reminded me, when I remember watching it, I remember a girl I was dating, her friend had started dating this guy, and when she dated him, he was a medical student about to graduate and be a doctor. Then as they dated, it came out that he wasn't in med school yet. He was pre-med. Then it came out, like this went on for these little things came out, and she's like, "No, he is in school. He goes to college. He goes to night classes." Turns out he's at like Hillsborough Community College taking like night classes. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you're not in medical school.
Yeah,
bro.
You're lying at the end of the day.
And by the end it all fell apart. But it's like it's amazing that the lengths that people will go to.
Well, that's the thing. I never thought anyone would be that, I don't want to say crazy, but kind of crazy to do something like that, lie that far, because how does that get you in the end where you want to be? I don't understand. So I just was blind to it. No one would ever tell me he's lying, because I'd be like, what? Who lies about that? Who lies about committing suicide? Nobody. That's crazy. But people actually do go to that lengths, and it's scary. It's scary, honestly.
So the YouTube channel. So I mean that's like we mentioned that that would be like your ultimate thing would be for the
dream.
YouTube, right?
The
dream.
The goal.
I keep looking at your boyfriend. Sorry.
It's okay.
That would be the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And right now you're at like 700 subscribers, and you want to get to 1,000. And once you get to 1,000, then you become monetized. You get monetized, then the algorithm pushes you more because I don't think people realize this, that like there's no real incentive for YouTube to push your videos if they're not monetized. Right. Like they can still run ads on them, but they'll really start pushing them once you're monetized. So I mean, like your goal was like to become monetized and then obviously start to grow.
Yeah, so I do a bunch of side hustles. Like I said, couch flipping is just one of them. I also sell on eBay. I tried drop shipping, and I own a rental property. I know you are big into real estate.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate goal as well, along with YouTube, is to own a bunch of rental properties. So I have one right now, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, and I do want to get into another one this year, hopefully. But YouTube and real estate would be the ultimate goal, because I really think not enough people focus on getting residual income in some sort of way. I want to make money while I'm sleeping, not just when I'm putting work in 9 to 5 every day,
Right.
And I think YouTube is a great way to do that, because not only are you helping people creating content, being entertaining, but you also get something to look back on of your life, which I think is just a really cool concept. And it's also residual income. Over months, you get paid for videos that you made 6 months ago, Yeah. So.
Well, it's Danny had actually told me this one time when I started. He kept saying for like months, like just start. I'm like, no, I don't have the equipment. I don't have this. I don't have Final Cut Pro. I don't have the editing software. I don't really know what I'm doing. And I kept putting it off. And he was like, you've got a cell phone. Do it with your cell phone. I'm like, no, bro, I'm not going to do it. It'll look horrible. It'll this. And he's like, listen, let me explain something. He said, it doesn't matter if it looks like shit. He said, you're documenting your journey. It's better if it looks like shit at the beginning. It's better if it looks bad with your cell phone in the beginning. And that way, every video gets better and better. Because then you can look back and say, 5 years ago, look what I did. And I kept blowing it off and blowing him off and saying, no, that's not what I want to do. That's not. But the truth is, he was absolutely right.
Yeah. It's also very relatable to the average viewer. You know, they don't want to see someone a lot of times with a mansion and the Ferrari. It's like, that's not relatable.
Yeah, that's not
You're
true.
more relatable with your iPhone in your bedroom because that's what most people watching are doing. And even I started with my cell phone, and I just recently bought a camera, but I don't have anything special equipment or anything like that. It's just me in my room. But I think that people like to see that because in a year, hopefully, if I'm making triple the income off of couches or eBay or real estate, they're going to see that I started somewhere that they can relate to.
Right.
You know,
well, you know Jessica Kent. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I think she went to prison. She had a baby in prison.
Yeah, went to prison, had a baby, got out, got the custody.
She actually has a really cool YouTube
she's got
channel.
she's got a cool story.
Yeah,
and,
she does. She's very interesting to watch as well.
But we were talking about it. I don't think we were talking on camera about it, but she was saying, listen, she said, because I told her the same thing. She's like, why did you just start? Why did you not start earlier? I said, man, I told her about Danny, and she said, listen, I said, plus I was nervous and I wanted it to be perfect. She said, she said, I know exactly. She said, I spent hours psyching myself up. She goes, and eventually what ended up happening, it was me sitting on my floor with my iPhone and just doing it. And she goes, and that was what was so hard. She said, but I'm so glad that I did that because you can see the progression of how much better I got over and over, over the years.
Yeah, and that's what people struggle with a lot is just starting, They want to do real estate or they want to start a YouTube channel, but they never actually just start. And that's what I told myself, just start because eventually it'll become a habit and you'll just like doing it, want to do it more often. But it's that point of starting that people struggle with so much with everything.
Do you know who Jordan Peterson is?
Yes, of course.
Of course awesome. I do. Listen, I love that he says it all the time. He's like, well, do it badly, but do it.
Yeah.
Better do it. And I used to always say when guys would say, well, I'm not a very good writer. And I say, well, I'm a horrible writer. Listen, I can barely read and write. I probably read at a fourth or fifth grade level. Look, I have a degree, but it's in fine arts. I mean, like it's, you got to basically show up to class and fingerprint paint to get my degree. So, and I was like, there's no great writers. Nobody sits down and writes, perfectly the first time. You write it, you getting it down is like 99% of it, getting it down, and then going and cleaning it up. You can do that later. So, I mean, that to me is the same thing. It's so hard to just sit down and start talking, but you get more and more comfortable.
You do. Yeah, that's something what people struggle with is being on camera and being natural or just talking, being themselves. But that's, again, something like you said, just comes over time. You do it enough and you're going to be more comfortable. Even with my mom, I've had her on my channel, and the first time it was a disaster. She was just sitting there like, yeah, but then over time you get her on camera more and she gets more comfortable, it gets more natural. So.
I was going to say, listen, I'm so comfortable now, like before where I would edit all the screw ups. Man, I leave all the screw ups.
Yeah, just leave it in.
Leave it in. I'm so perfectly okay. And it's, and I always tell everybody, I'm like, look, what does it matter? Nobody's watching my channel. Relax. Nobody's going to see this. Like very few, it's going to get 5 or 10 or 10,000 people when I'm getting, tons of people from New Zealand and the UK and Australia. It's like I'm never bumping into these.
Yeah, you're never
people.
gonna see them. People care too much about what other people think about them, and that's another reason why they don't start. But like you said, who cares what somebody across the world thinks about you? And like on the internet, everyone's high and mighty and thinks that they're better than you and can just write something negative on your channel. But who cares? Why does that affect you? Like if someone tells me my content's horrible, don't watch it. There's other people that are gonna watch it.
I love the negative. You want to know what's so funny? I almost never respond to the positive comments. Like I'll send them a thumbs up or a thanks, bro. If they say something really nice. But the guys that are really negative, like it's funny because I notice Juan and I really respond to those. It's only if there's an argument. If it's just some guy who's just being horrible. You're just like there's nothing I can say to you. Typically, what I say is like I'm like. Sorry you feel that way, bro. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please hit the like button, blah, blah. And I said, thanks for leaving the comment.
Pushes you in the algorithm.
And I send them off.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with the negative comments. There's a guy, that I just interviewed, that wrestler. Listen, he loved the negative comments.
Yeah, they
He's
like fuel you in a way.
And they're hilarious. And some of them are hilarious.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are really, really clever.
Yeah, some of the things people say are incredible. I'm like, how did you even think of that? Like, what? But it just, who cares what those people think? They're pushing your video into the algorithm. They're sending you further, and they're probably at home watching your video doing nothing. So who cares?
Right. It doesn't. Yeah. Your opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so,
it really doesn't.
So, anything else you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to plug something? You want to plug? Do you have Instagram? Do you have?
Sure. Yeah. So, like
TikTok?
I said, I do videos on travel, on finance. I break down everything that I'm gonna buy for Europe, everything like that. And if you want to watch content on side hustles, fashion, travel, follow my channel. It's just Cristina Laura on YouTube. I'm sure you'll link it down below or something.
Yeah, we'll put in the description. We'll put all the.
I also do real estate. I am gonna make a bunch of videos. I do plan on house hacking this year. So if you guys want to watch anything related to that, they can follow me over there.
Well, the other thing you didn't mention, I mean, I know it, you just touched on it, is that you're going to Europe for 2 months.
Yeah, so in 3 days I leave. I'm going to go backpack around Europe for a little over 2 months. So I'm going to be documenting my entire journey, the finances of everything, because a lot of people think you're young, how do you afford to travel? But it's really not that expensive if you just don't stay in the biggest hotels and take the best restaurants, you know. It's not that hard to do it. I just think people are scared to make that first step, you know. So I'm trying to show people that you can do things that you want to do, like start a channel and travel, you know. It's not that hard. You just got to do it.
So are you going with her?
Yes.
Thank God. Okay, so listen, because the first thing she mentioned, and I watched one of your videos where you said you were staying in hostels.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie Hostel?
No.
I'm just saying, bro.
No, but a lot of people
need to watch Hostel.
Well, a lot of people have compared me to Gabby Petito. Don't be the next Gabby Petito.
It's bad. Like I mean, listen, like, you know, Europe I think it just, to me it seems so.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Yes?
No, I've been to.
You don't like it?
No, I do like it. I just, for some reason, every time I've been there, I just feel like America's more dangerous. But then you watch some movie like Taken or Hostel, and you immediately think, listen, this place could go bad.
Well, people tell me that all the time. They're like, be careful who you talk to and everything like that. But they also forget people do live there, you know? It is just a regular country at the end of the day.
Matt comes from a bubble, not Matt's world.
Yeah.
My world. Same world. We're in the same world.
Everything else is.
Well, that's the thing. I grew up going to Spain all the time because my family's from Spain. My mom grew up there. My grandma lives there, everything like that. And so to me, Spain and those countries are just other countries. You know, they're not like these scary, you're going to get kidnapped and all these things.
No, but you have to listen, honestly, like Venezuela is beautiful. It's just for all the Venezuelans.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, if you could get rid of the Venezuelans, that's a beautiful country. So
I love South America. I think it's a great place.
I mean, listen, I think it'd make a great state.
Hey, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So, because the non-citizen. So, wait, what is it again? You're an illegal, right?
Hey, the term
An alien?
Okay, undocumented. See.
Okay, we've gone over this a couple of times. Cristina's your name, right?
Yes.
How old are you said?
22.
I know I'm not on the video, but I have a daughter that is 22.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a great market and a great mission. Because a lot of people your age think they have to wait until they're older
Yeah.
to do the things you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a fine line between I'm not old enough and I'm too old. And people don't know when you got there.
We should have mic'd him.
Well, that's the thing, because when you have kids, it's a lot harder to do that stuff. You know, you can't really leave for 3 months backpacking with kids. But yeah, I don't want to be that person that wanted to do it and never did. So I'm doing it. I'm taking the leap. I quit my job. My last day was on Friday, so I'm fully going out there.
You quit your job?
Yeah, I quit. Yeah, they don't give you 2.5 months off.
Yeah, well, you know.
You can get another job.
Another job. That's not
Yeah. What I do is not super specialized. You know, there's jobs everywhere, so might as well quit now, travel the world, do crazy stuff, and then come back get another job.
That's how I felt, and then Juan too, and then it all went wrong, and 15 years later, you walk out of prison, and you're that seemed like such a good idea at the time.
Well, hopefully that won't happen to me when I go to Europe. Yeah, but look at you now. You're not too bad, so.
It's an illusion. All right, so is that it? All right, that's it. All right, so thank you very much for for coming and
course.
talking to me, and we'll see where this goes. So, man, listen, subscribe to the channel. You know what to do. Hit the bell. Leave the comment. Do the whole thing. We're gonna leave all of Cristina's social media and contact information in her, well, probably not your contact information, right? Your social media and stuff in the description. And I appreciate you guys watching, and see ya.